I actually discovered you. I've lost track how long ago it's been, but through a little project you did called The Nightmare Ends on Halloween.
That is
And
18 years old this summer.
so I might have discovered it when you first did it. So telling on my age there.
Yeah,
But
me too. I mean, I got the grays going on over here. I mean, for Christ's sake, that movie is going to be old enough to vote in August. Um,
that's a
it's
scary
it's
thought.
it is scary. Okay, so the genesis for that one came from multiple facets. The first being in 2003, I saw the fan film Batman Dead End, which many people saw. That was probably most people's first introduction to the concept of a fan film. And I saw that at DragonCon, and I was like, wow, that's a really cool idea. You know, he's got Batman and Predator and Xenomorphs, and it's like, you know, wow, Hollywood would never be able to pull that off. And that stuck with me. And then when I wanted to get into filmmaking, I said, I should do something that Hollywood could never do. And I know for a fact, getting all of those characters in one room is never going to happen. You know, there's too many egos and legal people involved that are going to just ruin everything. So I don't know how it happened, but somewhere along the way, I received an email from this guy who was like, you know, if you ever need someone to play Freddy Krueger, I'm available. And I had already written had the idea for the Nightmares on Halloween. I go, well, I have this idea. And he's like, can I do it? And I'm like, I mean, okay. So I just basically scripted the whole thing. He came up from the South because he lived in like the Carolinas, and I was in New Jersey at the time. And we basically just made that thing in 3 or 4 days in August in New Jersey, and on home video camera, no less. Home video, folks. And that was basically, you know, the end of it. That got people to notice me, and that became my calling card for a while, and still is to this day.
It brings up, I think, an important question. If it came down to a one-on-one battle, like who gets the upper hand, Freddy Krueger or Pinhead?
Pinhead. It's clearly obvious that Pinhead, through in all of his movies, he is in part 4. He goes, he is the general of hell. You know, he's the warden of hell. If Freddy Krueger has dream demon powers from hell, well, who the hell outranks a dream demon? The guy who's running hell. So Pinhead would win hands down, just because he clearly outranks him.
See, I'm inclined to think that even if he lost, Freddy would hold his own on this one
In a
because
physical match, obviously Freddy could
yeah,
hold his own, but in terms of power, who's the most powerful? It's Pinhead.
yeah, but
He tears souls apart for a living.
it's
So
true. That's true.
yeah,
But Freddy does it for fun.
no,
So
no, Freddy doesn't tear souls apart. Freddy just kills people. Their souls still exist post mortem.
well,
Um, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, that's fair enough.
Pinhead will end your ethereal existence.
Yeah,
Like I said, the guy runs hell. Freddy is from hell with powers that originate from hell, but Pinhead runs the joint.
this of course depends on which version of Pinhead we're going with. Pinhead 1 and 2, Pinhead parts 3, 4, or like because at the
I
beginning there
look
were
at it
just
like I think 4 is a perfect ending to the series. Anything past 4 is kind of dumb at this point, but 4 really jacked him up and showed exactly how powerful he was when he's just like, I run hell. I'm like, I believe
yeah,
you.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. It's cool to talk to somebody else who enjoyed part 4 because that one's sort of like the redheaded stepchild of the series.
No, 4 is way better than 3, and it's way better than 5, and it's way better than 7 and 8. 6 was the only one that was mediocre at best.
It was mediocre is a good word. Yeah,
It's
that's Hellseeker, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 4, 6 in that order, and everything else is just crap. 5 was a mess. 7 was trash. 8, I didn't even bother. 8, 9, or 10. I don't know what they're at now, but garbage.
I'll defend 3 to at least it's crap that's kind of fun. The others
3
were
is
just
fun.
crap
3 is a
that
guilty
wasn't
pleasure
fun.
watch. It's a guilty pleasure watch, which is why I'm okay with it. And it had Lemmy Kilmister playing chess with Pinhead. Again, okay with it.
Yeah,
But
it's okay, but
in terms of it being a good Hellraiser movie, it wasn't. It's just a fun early 90s movie and a gimmicky 90s movie that just went over the top. I mean, there's a guy throwing CDs out of his face. Like,
I'm not going to defend it, but I enjoyed it. It's one of those. It's like I know
fun.
this is terrible, but I
It's a
love it.
fun movie, but it's not a quality Hellraiser movie, is what I'm
Not at
saying.
all. Not
Yeah.
at all. You're right. I still, I still think though, if somebody put Freddy and Pinhead against one another, you could come up with a concept where Freddy, if he doesn't out and out win, he sort of like inadvertently saves the day for the good guys in the story because Freddy would be the underdog and i.e. the sort of reluctant hero of the story. I don't know. I think there's some fun stuff there as opposed to like Freddy and Jason, which I enjoyed, but it's just Freddy making his quips and then Jason just breathing heavy. Whereas you got Pinhead, I think you can have some real fun dialogue between those two,
The only
bickering back and
logical story
forth.
that would work would be, like I said, with Nightmares on Halloween, where Freddy's trying to escape hell after, losing once more. And you have to make it a great escape movie. It's Freddy trying to get out of hell, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
There's your
But
story.
I'd be there for it though.
Yeah.
I'd
Pinhead
watch
is a
that.
giant loan shark, essentially.
Yes.